An apprenticeship qualification is made up of two parts: what they learn from their qualification, but then also what they learn from you, their employer. However, most automotive employers don't necessarily think beyond the qualification, and instead their development or learning plans are really based around the work that just comes in. This leads to apprentices that often fall short or don't quite meet standards after their endpoint assessment. And the worst part is that it's completely preventable. You just need to implement what we call progression pathways. And in this video, I'll walk you through exactly how to do that. Firstly, we need to understand why leaning solely on the qualifications is the wrong thing to do. Let's take Levi, for example. Levi has enrolled on a business administration apprenticeship, and he has two job offers in front of him. One from a body shop, the other from a doctor's office. No matter the route that Levi chooses, the qualification and the associated knowledge, skills, and behaviours that he learns throughout that qualification will remain exactly the same. But we all know that those two environments, the doctor's surgery and the body shop, they're incredibly different. They come with their unique challenges, their unique ways of doing things, and the experience that he gets from working in either will be completely different. This is why the other half of the apprenticeship, the bit that they learn from you, needs to be seriously considered, thought out, planned and structured. Without that plan in place, you're leaving things open to chance and actually relying on the apprentice to take responsibility for their own learning. They're going to be observing things and making their own decisions about how things should be done, which may not reflect the way that you would teach them to do something. It may also slow down development or confuse context in which things should be understood. So, what does a progression pathway mean? A lot of employers think that this just means the apprentice gets more money, but it's not that. Increases in pay should never be unplanned, but they should directly correlate to productivity levels and success measures that are already set up for that apprentice. We break down planned productivity like this: knowing what an apprentice is working towards, clearly defining what success looks like at each stage, and what opportunities are ahead after qualification. When an apprentice and an organisation sees this structure clearly, they are more motivated, more productive, and actually more likely to stay. To put it simply, a progression pathway is a visible direction of responsibility, of independence, of skill that's aligned to regular feedback and reviews and performance that's linked to pay. So, how do you build this in a way that benefits your business and not just the qualification standard? Many automotive employers choose Apprenticeship Central. We help you implement these progression pathways, as well as run structured check-ins for apprentices, mentors, and managers, support with feedback and safeguarding, and ultimately look to set up your apprentice for success long beyond their qualification period. If you're ready to set up a successful apprenticeship program, like so many others in the automotive industry we're currently helping, then click the link in the description to set up a discovery call. Now let's get into how you'd build this framework. To aid in the qualifications progression and to ultimately ensure that we're setting the apprentice up with the best chance of success when it comes to their EPA or endpoint assessment, we monitor and align our progression with that of the qualification. This, of course, will look to increase productivity, which is all important, but it's also really about putting what they've just learned in theory into practice. Here's how to get started. First, look at the job role and not the standard. Write out what you need them to do in your business at 3 levels. Level 1, supported. Level 2, supervised. And level 3, independently. Number 2, map the KSBs to real tasks. So list out what these look like, but how they actually translate to roles, responsibilities, and activities within your workplace. Number 3, add productivity milestones. So define when they should be able to complete specific tasks reliably, how long this should take, and what success looks like. Number 4, and something that we see so many automotive employers fall prey to, but is protecting their off-the-job time. So make sure that that time is clearly valued, it's respected, and the expectations are clear so that their learning journey doesn't fall behind before it's even started. And number 5, include professional behaviours. So consider things like teamwork, communication skills, time management, reliability. These are things that take an apprentice to a really great long-term member of your team. Building your pathway is step 1, but it's vital that you've now got something that can be reviewed, that has rhythm, that has clear owners and has accountability. To do that, you'll want to make sure that your apprentice sees this early on. So show them that pathway during the onboarding stage. You'll also want to set up regular review cadence. So what we've seen work brilliantly are short, sharp check-ins, but then also scheduled longer form reviews so that the apprentice has really got the opportunity to talk about their progress. For those check-ins, look at 3 types of feedback: from their mentor for day-to-day, from their manager on behaviours and performance, and then from the contact within the training provider to understand how they're progressing in line with their qualification. By setting this up, you're ensuring long-term, capable and productive talent for your organisation. However, there's one more thing that will determine whether your apprentice stays, and we've outlined that full retention strategy in this video. Click the video on the screen to watch.